sitting ourselves up nice and tall. Make sure that it is visible here. Yes, sitting ourselves up nice and tall, so that our feet can be flat on the floor. Good, kind of scooting ourselves forward, trying to take ourselves away from the back of the chair if that's available to you. And let's go ahead and begin by rounding our shoulders or rolling our shoulders. So rolling our shoulders back, rolling that back. Good. And let's go ahead and roll that forward. And again, rolling that back. And rolling that forward. Good, and sitting ourselves up a little bit taller. Let's drop our chin down towards our chest. Let's try and keep our shoulders away from our ears. Neck is nice and long, lengthening right at the base of that skull, maybe stretching through the back of that neck. And then lift our head center and take our eyes to the sky. Good, let's drop that chin back to chest. And then eyes to sky. And chin back to chest. And eyes to sky. And bring that head back to neutral. Let's go ahead and look over to the right. So thinking about that chin going over towards that shoulder, right shoulder. And then to the left. Same thing, chin going over towards that left shoulder. And then looking to the right. And looking to the left. And bring that head back to center. Drop our right ear towards that right shoulder. Release that left arm. Maybe you can get some stretch right there. Ooh, in the left side of the neck. Oh, feeling that. Good. And then bring that head center. And then let's go ahead and drop it to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. And maybe releasing that right arm. Good, bring that head back to center. Let's drop our chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, and then left ear to left shoulder. And let's go ahead and take this from side to side. Good, some nice neck half circles here. Good, and then go ahead and drop that chin back to chest. Lift that head to center, roll our shoulders back, and roll that forward. Good. We've got our hands on our thighs. You can actually have your fingers in towards your towards each other on your thighs. And we're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of a seated cat and cow here. We'll do a bigger one later. So rounding our spine here, we've got a nice round, and then let's go ahead and open up that chest. And just round that here, and then open this up. And round that, and open it, and round, and open, and round, and open. Good, and then just bring that back to neutral, back to center. Let's take those arms out, inhale and sweep it up. So let's do a few sun breaths here. Inhale that up nice and big, and exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up, and exhale it out. Good, and inhale and sweep this up, and exhale it out. And let's go ahead and inhale and sweep this up. On our exhale, we're either going to hold the back of the chair or you're going to clasp your hands together. So shoulders, chest, still pretty cool. We haven't quite warmed all of that up yet. So if you're just holding the back of the chair, that is perfect. Whatever is working for you. So you're either clasping your hands, holding the back of that chair. We're opening up that chest. There might be an arch in your back. Let's go and look to the right and look to the left. Head to center, drop right ear towards right shoulder, and left ear to left shoulder. Head back to center, bend at our elbows, hands over to our waist. Let's go ahead and squeeze that elbow back. And then switch sides, hands over to the other waist, other side, left waist. I can already tell words are difficult this morning. Good. Finding the right ones. Very good. And then go ahead and release that. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Let's go ahead and take our left hand, drop it to the side of our right thigh. Right hand, you can take it to the top of your chair or you can take it to the seat of the chair. We'll do this a few times so you'll have a chance to take it higher. I'm going to start off lower just because this is our first spinal twist. So let's breathe it as we are twisting here. Use that breath. Good, back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Same thing, other side. So right hand to the outside of the left thigh, and then either hand on the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. And breathe it here. Good, bring it back to center. Inhale and sweep it up. Left hand to the outside of that right thigh. And then if you want to, you can take that hand higher on the back of your chair and twist it. Oh, yeah, feel that. Breathe it here, inhaling and exhaling. And back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Right hand up to the outside of the left leg and up and breathe it here. And bring this back to center. Good. Go ahead and shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. Clasp our hands at the top and exhale and press our palms towards the ceiling. So let's lengthen up right here, lengthening up through our torso, up through that rib cage. And let's go ahead and do a few side breaths here. So let's inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh it out. Again, inhale deeply. And exhale, sigh out. One more time, inhale deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. Leave our hands up in the air. Our fingers are spirit fingers up in the air. Good. Let's go ahead and take our legs over to the right. Take our hands to the top of the chair. And yes, ooh, nice. Let's get that seated twist right here using the leverage of the back of the chair. Ooh, that is a deep twist. That caused me to yawn. That is good right there. And breathe into that. Very nice. Good. And let's reach that back up to center. Take our legs back to center, and then let's go ahead and take our legs over to the left. Arms are still high, and then let's take them to the back of the chair. And seated spinal twist, or just a spinal twist on this side. Breathing it deeply here. Big deep breath, big inhale, big exhale. Good. Lift those arms back up. Take this back to center. We're going to release our arms and clasp them behind us again. So you can either have clasp the hands or you can be holding the back of the chair. Let's open up that chest again. And let's go ahead and look to the right and look to the left. Head back to center. Drop our chin to chest. Lift that head center. Good. Eyes to sky. And head back to center. Bend at our elbows, hands over to left waist, and let's go ahead and squeeze that elbow back. And then switch sides. Squeeze that elbow back. Good. And then release that, shake that out. Very nice. Go ahead and get your blocks ready. Oh, yeah. get your blocks ready, but we're not gonna go there yet. So let's go ahead and inhale and sweep this up. Bring our arms down so we see our hands out of our peripheral, because we're gonna do a little bit more of the seated cat and cow. So we see our arms out of our peripheral, take our palms up, make some fists, roll those knuckles in towards the wrist, and then go ahead and do that exaggerated bicep curl, sitting ourselves up tall still. Let's go ahead and open this up, and we've got that arch. So we've got that cow, and then let's go ahead and round it. We've got the cat. So let's inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. And inhale and open. Bring it back to neutral. So sitting this up tall, opening our hands, pointing our palms down, and then press that down. Good. Roll that out. Now we can move into our seated sun salutations, putting your blocks where you want them. If you're using blocks where you want them for our seated sun salutations, let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up, and exhale, dive it down and over. And you can always have a pillow between your belly and thighs. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through our arms, hands are on blocks or on the shins, and then exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Good. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. Exhale as we hold this here. Press our right hand into block. And let's go ahead and twist left arm up. So now we're in a seated spinal twist. There we go. And maybe your arm can't get this high, and that's okay. It's our first time doing it this morning or this practice. So just going where you can go. Don't worry, we'll do it twice on each side. Good, go ahead and release that and relax. Let's inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. Exhale as we're holding those strong arms, as we've got that nice lengthened back. Let's press that right hand again and twist open with that left arm. And maybe you're able to get a little bit more opening here. Ooh. Yeah, breathing that. And then go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. This time, let's go ahead and take our left hand, press it into that block, twist open with that right. And if one side is tighter than the other, super normal, very normal. Maybe your other side was tighter. This side is tighter for me. And breathe it. Like tighter all over. And that the laughing helps with the breathing, actually. Bigger breath. Good. Go ahead and release that. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Let's go ahead and take that left hand, press it into that block again. Twist up with that right. And maybe there's a little difference here, maybe not. But lifting and breathing. And then go ahead and release that, relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. This time, let's hold this here and let's sit ourselves up a little bit taller. You might want to scoot yourself forward or just be up taller. So let's inhale it here. As we exhale, we're going to hinge and twist. So we're going to twist that. Our right tricep is trying to get to our left thigh. Hands are pressed together and seated spinal twist here. And breathing. And bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Sit ourselves up even taller. Inhale it deeply here. As we exhale, let's go ahead and hinge and twist to the other side now. Oh yeah, twisting over to the right. That left elbow is trying to get to that right thigh. Hands are pressed together and breathe. Good, bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up and release our arms to our sides. Good. Let's take our legs wide and we're going to do wide-legged forward fold. So placing your blocks where you want them for that. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over so that that belly and arms are in, if it's available to you, inside, so that we're opening up our hips a little bit more right here. We've got our blocks, we've got our hands on our blocks. Let's go ahead and press that right hand into that block and let's twist it open here. We usually do this towards the end. We'll do it again towards the end, but I wanted to do it here to open up those hips a little bit at the beginning of our practice today. Good, go ahead and release that, hands back to blocks. Let's inhale and lengthen here. And then exhale and release. And then let's go ahead and press that left hand and twist that right arm open. Never enough spinal twisting. So good. So good. And then go ahead and release that. Inhale and lengthen here. And exhale and release. Good. Let's go ahead and roll this up. And we can move those blocks and bring those legs back together. Because now we're going to move into that lower body. So let's go ahead and sit ourselves up tall. We're far away from the back of our chair because we're going to work our core in our staff pose. You can go single leg here, or you've got double leg. Let's go ahead and lengthen up through our arms. We're flexing through our feet, and let's go 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And one more time, inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Good, release our arms down. Let's go ahead and do a hamstring curl and a leg extension. We're gonna go for 8. So curl this in and extend. There's 8, curl this in and extend. There's 7, curl this in. And extend, there's 6, curl this in, and extend, there's 5, curl this in, and extend, there's 4, curl this in, and extend, there's 3, curl this in, and extend, there's 2, curl this in, and extend. Good, holding right here. Go ahead and point those toes, flex those feet, point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes and flex those feet. Good. Release our left leg, scoot ourselves forward and bend that right knee, lifting that leg up, and let's lengthen through our arms into a single leg boat pose. So we're right here in somewhat of a balance. We still don't have our back against the back of the chair. Let's hold this here, 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good, and we can go ahead and release that. Very nice. Now we can sit against the back of the chair. We can bring that leg in. So let's go ahead and bring our right leg in and give that a nice big hug. Good, nice hug here. Let's go ahead and wrap that left arm around that right leg and seated spinal twist. Or just, I want to call everything seated spinal twist today. I'm sorry. Just a seated twist. Right there, very nice. I think I've said it like 10 times already. Good, go ahead and switch to the other side. And breathe. Maybe subconsciously, I really need seated spinal twist today. So my brain's just like, seated spinal twist, seated spinal twist. Good, let's bring this back to center and let's get that piriformis. So let's get that figure 4. Let's take our ankle to our thigh, sit ourselves up and begin to hinge ourselves forward. So finding where our hinge is going to go today. Every day is different. And finding where, right before your shoulders start to round, before you start to lose that, that step, the lengthening of your spine. Because we want that to stay in our hip and in our back, and we don't want to take it up into our shoulders. So that's why we try and keep that nice and flat. Good. All right, let's go ahead and add that movement and that breath. So let's sit tall up against the back of the chair. Let's inhale it here. And then let's exhale, hinges forward. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And one more time, inhale it up nice and tall. And exhale, hinge. And maybe you can get this a little further forward without rounding your shoulders. Good. And trying to breathe. Very nice. And then let's release that. Very good. Let's go ahead and take this into our half shoelace. So that right heel, right foot is going to go to the left corner of the chair. Let's go ahead and wrap that arm around again. Oh, and twist it. I was going to say seated spinal twist. No, I wasn't. Keeping it right here and breathe. Breathe it deep. And maybe you're feeling that in your, I'm super duper feeling it in my glute today. Glute and hamstring. Maybe in the IT band, maybe in that hip still. It's a good one. This is a very good one. Good. Let's go ahead and switch to the inside. So switch, twisting to the left. And bring that back to center. Very nice. Let's cross the leg, scoot ourselves forward and go into eagle. So we'll practice a little bit of eagle, lower body eagle right here. You can work on wrapping that foot around if that's available to you. So some good ankle stretching, ankle stability, ankle strengthening right there by working on that. Or you are gluing that foot to the outside of the calf, but we're trying to squeeze both of our inner thighs together, squeeze our legs together, sit ourselves up tall. So, and trying to get both of our glutes down center into our chair. And then let's go ahead and take our arms out. So we've got our right leg over our left leg. Let's take our right arm over our left. Give ourselves a nice big hug. So reaching our fingers for the center of our body, so for our spine. And then let's go ahead and glue those elbows together. And you can either have backs of the hands together, or you can try and fully wrap. And so we've got that wrap with our legs, wrap with our arms. And let's go 3 breaths here. Inhaling it deeply. And exhaling it out. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. One more time. This is such a shoulder stretch. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And if you've been squeezing your inner thighs together to keep those legs together, it's good strengthening for those legs as well. Very nice. Let's go ahead and open up those arms, release that down, and let's uncross those legs. Shake that out. And let's scoot ourselves away from the back of our chair again, because we're going to go back into staff pose and then do everything we just did. We'll do it on the left side. So let's go ahead and lengthen through our legs. If you were doing one-legged, then go ahead and do the other leg. Let's flex through our feet, reach through our arms, find our staff pose here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And again, inhale deeply and exhale out. And one more time, inhale it deeply and exhale out. Very good. Release our arms down. And let's go ahead and hamstring curl it and leg extension. And we'll do 8 of them. So let's curl this in and extend. There's 8. We're actually doing 9. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in and extend. That's 1. Good. Go ahead and point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. This always burns my quads. Point those toes. So good. Flex those feet, point those toes, and flex those feet. Good job. Release that right leg, scoot ourselves forward, lift our left leg up, and let's lengthen into a single-legged boat on this side. Trying not to use the back of that chair. And let's breathe it here. 3 breaths. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And the quad is still burning. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And one more time. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. Release that. Very nice. Take ourselves back to the back of the chair and hug that leg. Love it. Oh, that quad felt like it was burning more than the other side. Wow. Good. Let's wrap that right arm around and twist it. Oh, breathe it. And then twist it towards the inside. Good. And bring this back to center. Piriform is time, figure 4 time. Good. Let's take that ankle to that thigh, sit ourselves up tall. And find your hinge. So find where that's going to go today before those shoulders start to round. Sometimes this one, it's been a while, but sometimes this one makes me a little nauseous. And today, this side, so tight. It's like hitting the nauseous button. Boom. Good, good. All right, let's sit ourselves up tall against the back of the chair. Let's inhale it deeply. And exhale, hinge. Oh, yeah, feels good. And let's sit it up tall. Inhale it. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up nice and tall. And exhale, hinge. And let's go one more time. Inhale it up tall. And maybe get as deep as you can here in this exhale and this hinge. So good. Ooh. Let's take it to half shoelace. So left ankle is going to go to the right corner of the chair. Let's wrap up. Again, let's wrap that right arm around and let's twist. And breathe. Good, and then twist it towards the other side. And then bring this back to center. Let's go ahead and do that eagle. So let's cross that, scoot ourselves forward, and you can begin to wrap. So wrapping that foot if that's available to you. Otherwise, you're gluing so that you can still squeeze everything. Wrapping that or squeezing and trying to center our glutes so that they are both down instead of, it's very easy to have one lifted. Try and center that. And then let's lengthen through our arms. Left leg is over right, so let's take our left arm over our right. Give ourselves a big hug. Reach our fingers towards our spine. Yes, good. And then go ahead and glue that. And either backs of the hands or wrap, fully wrap right there. And let's breathe at 3 breaths. Inhale it here. And exhale it out. And inhale it here. And exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good, that feels very good. Open that up and release that down. Very nice, let's scoot ourselves over to, actually, let's go to the right today. So let's scoot ourselves to the right first today. Ooh, and keep our left leg on our chair. Let's go ahead and take our right leg behind us. And we're gonna go right into a supported crescent right here. So that back heel stays lifted, arms can be lifted. We are supported by that chair. So if you wanna work on a little bit of a back bend here, feel free to slightly back bend into that. Ooh, that feels very good. Let's take that left hand and let's go ahead and drop that to the left side of the chair and reach it over. It's really good too. Really pressing those toes into the floor, but lifting that heel. And breathe. Good, let's go ahead and windmill, hands right there to the hips and get a nice twist here. And breathe that one as well. Very nice. Let's bring this back to center. Let's take our left leg and put it on the chair. Give our left leg the chair. Take our right leg off to the side. And now we'll do it center. So now we'll do a center stretch. Kind of how we do our gate pose without the chair. And let's lengthen up right here. Lengthen up through the center. Ooh. Reaching through that. Very good. Let's go ahead and take our left hand. Let's drop it again and reach this over again and breathe. And let's go ahead and windmill this and reach over. Oh, that's a good one. Breathe it there. I don't know, guys. I don't know how people live their lives without doing this, without doing the stretching and the breathing and the yoga. I don't know, because if I'm like sore just doing like this, can you imagine? Wow. And just the relief and the release of tension and the lengthening and the strengthening that comes with it. I can't imagine not doing it. Good, go ahead and release that. Let's turn this and go into that pigeon. So got that front leg supported, back leg, just like we had our back leg with our crescent. We've got it behind us. We've got our heel lifted, we've got our toes pressed into the floor, and let's reach it up here. Oh, very good. And breathe. When you're ready, you can begin a forward fold here. So you're either on those hands, you're folding on those elbows, or you are all folding all the way forward. I like to use a block. Maybe you're able to have your hands all the way on the ground comfortably, or it's comfortably uncomfortable. but listening to your body. No pain. We don't want like pain, but comfortably uncomfortable is good. That's where we're trying to go. And breathe in these poses where we're stretching, where we're pushing ourselves a little bit. Yes, comfortably uncomfortable is good, but painful, no. Take yourself back to where there wasn't any pain. Good, let's lengthen back up through this. Reach back up through those arms. Oh, so good. And then let's release that. Let's take our left leg off to the side and let's go into our warriors, our supported warriors. So we've got our nice warrior two legs supported by that chair. Lengthen through our arms. Front knee is nice and bent, back leg is straight, face is relaxed, strong arms, strong torso, strong neck, everything is lifted. Good, so this is our wonderful warrior two, our proud warrior. Breathing this here, let's go ahead and drop our back arm, take our palm up, left palm is up, and let's reach into our peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Breathe this one here. And then let's take it into side angle pose. I love doing side angle pose with the support. Very good, right there. Lengthen through that. That bicep is very close to the temple. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up into that warrior two. Good. Leaving our leg where it's at, we're gonna do a little bit of a warrior one. So turning our torso, lengthening up through our arms. I know it seems very simple, but it doesn't feel simple to me right now. With that foot back where it's at, ooh, that is a good hip twist. Inner thigh opener right there, working on that warrior one. Wow, breathe through that. Good, and then gently release that and release that. Very nice. Let's take it to the other side. So let's go ahead and move ourselves over. Right leg is coming over to the left side of the chair. We're moving ourselves to the left side. Let's take our left leg behind us. Into that crescent on this side, reaching up through that. Get a slight back bend right here. Good, toes are pressed into the floor, heel is lifted. Very nice. Working on that little back bend if that's where you're going. Let's take our right hand, press it into the chair, reach over. Feels good. And breathe. If you breathe super deep, you can feel that expansion and that lengthening all through that torso, through that hip flexor, down into that the groin and the quad. Good, and then let's go ahead and windmill with a little twist here. And let's bring this back to center. Let's go ahead and give that right leg a seat at the chair. Let's take our left leg off to the side. And kind of like that gate pose, we're lengthening in the center here, reaching up through this. Good. Let's take our right hand, drop our right hand down again, and reach this over. And now you're getting more of a lateral stretch. When our leg was behind us, we were able to get more of a stretch in the front. And now we're getting more of a stretch in the side. And let's windmill this and reach this over. And then release that. Good. Let's go ahead and turn this and take it into our pigeon on this side. So just like with our crescent leg, Back leg lengthened, toes pressed into the floor, heel is lifted, leg stays engaged. Front leg is nice and bent. Let's reach up through this. Good. And then let's add in that forward fold when you're ready. So you're either on hands, elbows, or folded forward. Goodness. Woo. Breathing deeply. Good. Let's lengthen back up through this. So reach back up through that. And release that. Good. Let's take our leg off to the side. So let's go ahead and find our warrior two, proud warrior, legs right here. So supported warrior two. Good. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, foot is slightly inwards so that we're stretching through that ankle. Arms are strong, torso is strong, neck is strong, face, relax and breathe. Good, let's go ahead and drop our back arm, take our palm up, peaceful warrior, breathe it here. And let's go take this into side angle. So taking that down, other arm over, bicep right by that temple, by that forehead. Ooh, very strong here. And then bringing this back up, lengthen back through that. Preparing ourselves for our warrior one. Let's keep that foot where it's at, keep that back leg where it's at, just turning. Oh, turning that torso, lengthening up through those arms. And this is super helpful too, practicing our warrior one with the support, because normal warrior one, I don't get this much of a rotation in the hip. So that's good. It's good for that hip, that inner thigh, for that piriformis as well. Breathe it here. Good. And then go ahead and release that back into that warrior two, and then release those arms. Good. Let's bring ourselves forward. And now our legs are wider than they were when we did this earlier. Let's take our blocks to the inside of our feet. Let's go ahead and take our right hand to that right block. And let's twist this open. Yes, wide-legged, seated spinal twist. And breathe. Good. Let's reach our right arm up, drop our left arm down, and twisting to this other side. Ooh, tight. I know that I'm tight because I'm finding that my hip and my glute on my right side are lifting up off the chair, and that I want to keep that down. So if that's happening to you, try and work on pressing that glute down. Good. Inhale and sweep the center, and then go ahead and release that. Good. Let's bring our legs together, bring those blocks out in front of us. And we're going to go into our first standing forward fold. So let's inhale, sweep our arms up, dive it down and over. Hands are right there on our blocks. Feet are strongly pressed into the floor, and let's lift our glutes up off the chair. Oh yeah. So stretching through the backs of the legs, feel those hamstrings, feel those calves. Strong feet, strong legs, very nice. Relax that head and neck, maybe nod the head, maybe shake that head. Let's inhale into a nice tabletop. Exhale, release. Good, take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Hands back to blocks. Let's press our feet into floor. Lift our glutes up off the chair, standing forward fold. Good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. Good, take a seat in that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Press our feet into the floor. Let's go and we'll lift our glutes up off the chair, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, nice flat back. Exhale, release. Stay here. Inhale, sweep our arms up. So sweeping this up, exhale, cactus those arms back. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Take a seat in the chair. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Let's stand it. So press our feet into the floor, stand it into that standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, tabletop. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus our arms back. Good. With our arms cactus back, we've got those behind us. Let's take a seat. So we're almost going to sit into the chair, but we're not. So just in that nice squat. Yes, lift this up. And we're going to do this again. We're going to cactus those arms and add in that squat. So taking that seat down, but not sitting all the way down. And lifting that up. And let's exhale this down. Inhale and lift. And exhale this down. Good. Inhale and lift. Dive it down and over. So dive it down and over. Relax. Nice forward fold. Very good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. And then let's release our arms to our sides. Very nice. Good. Let's turn that chair around. We're going to go into modified downward facing dog, and then we'll do some balance poses. So let's go ahead and take our hands right there to the back of our chair. Let's walk our legs back so that we get an even better tabletop here. So pressing our glutes back, our feet are planted. You can have those feet together or a little bit apart or right underneath the hips, wherever it feels most supportive for you. Arms, hands are right there on that chair, and let's let our chest become heavy. Let our head become heavy, and let that head just fall right through those shoulders. And we're getting good leg stretch, hamstring stretch, glute stretch, armpit stretch. So we're stretching through those shoulders, through that chest. Relax that head and neck. Ooh. Very good. So this is the same exact stretching, strengthening that we would get from a downward facing dog, only this is supported. So if you're ever like, I need that stretch that I get, but I don't feel like putting weight on my wrists, you can always do this. Good. Let's go ahead and round this up and bring ourselves forward. Very nice. All right. So let's go into a dancer. We'll go into dancer, and then we'll go into a piriformis, and then we'll go into tree. So we're going to use a lot of our leg lifting today. So pressing through our left leg. Let's go ahead, take our right hand and reach our right hand for that foot. You can have your other hand on the chair, or you can be working on your balance with your arm out, or you can hold your foot with both hands. It's up to you. But we're going to stand ourselves up nice and tall and begin to hinge ourselves forward. As we hinge ourselves forward, you're kind of kicking that foot back so that you lengthen through that arm. So we're making that circle that our arm and our leg is making right there. We're making that bigger. Lengthening through that. Very good. And breathe. Very nice. Let's go ahead and inhale, begin to hinge ourselves up. And then we're going to take this leg around. So let's bring our leg around and bring it onto our thigh and take it into single-legged seated pose. Our nice piriformis, figure 4 stretch right here. And breathe this one. I'm like, close my eyes, think about something else. It's very good. And breathe, 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 breathe. And then let's go ahead and stand ourselves up. Bring our leg into our tree pose. So if you want to scoot yourself forward on one, or like, yeah, facing the front, you can, or you can face the other way, whatever feels best for you. And finding your tree pose, remembering that if you know that on the other side, your tree is right here, then take your tree to here on this side. Or if your tree is higher on the other side, so go to the most equal place that you can for both sides. And you can work on your balance here, or you can hold on to that and breathing. Oh, my hamstring must have cramped today. Breathe, breathe. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and release our leg down. Sweep our arms up. A nice standing forward fold right here. Take this down. Good. And then roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll our shoulders back. Very good. Let's take it to the other side. So right leg is now our standing leg. Let's take our left hand, reach back for our left foot. Bring ourselves up tall. Remembering we want to do the same thing on this side that we did on the other side. So if you were holding it with both hands, one hand, but doing the same thing, let's begin to hinge this forward and lengthen through that, trying to make that circle bigger. And breathe. And let's begin to hinge this forward and bring this forward into that piriformis. So bringing that ankle to the thigh. And breathe this here. And then let's bring ourselves up and find our tree pose. So finding our tree pose on this side, trying to do the same height that we had on the other side. Working on that balance. Feel free to use that chair and breathe. And let's go ahead and release that leg down. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Woo! Oh, nice standing forward fold. And then let's roll this up one vertebrae at a time and roll our shoulders back. Very good. You can move that chair off to the side. Let's go ahead, inhale and sweep our arms up. We're at the short edge of our mat. Dive it down and over. Take both of our feet back into a top of plank. Drop to our knees and back into a nice child's pose. So let's take our arms by our side, take our palms up and find ourselves in this wonderful little child's pose right here. And if you want support for this child's pose, this is kind of where we're going to be for our final relaxation today. Feel free to put a pillow under your forehead. Feel free to put blankets under your knees. Find what works for you. We're going to just spend a few moments here, a few minutes here in this child's pose as our relaxation today. And breathe. Maybe you can breathe super deep and that back rib cage can expand. Maybe you've got some tightness in places that you never really notice because we don't spend too much time in a child's pose. That's where this can be helpful. And from here, take our hands by our knees, press ourselves up and bring ourselves up to a seated pose that feels supportive and strong for you. That might be simple cross leg, or you might go right back into a we're on our ankles. Oh, yeah, feels good. Sitting that up tall, lengthening up through our spine. Good. Let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our palms together and exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head to center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply and exhale. And inhale it deeply and exhale. And have a blessed rest of your day.